Hi guys. Alright, so today I'm doing another car vlog. Yeah, and don't worry about me touching the phone. I'm being safe. I actually was able to use my old XM radio holder and it held my phone. So coming to you on the iPhone for a car vlog. This is Hair Talk. I was inspired to do this video by a lovely lady that I'm subscribed to. She does a lot of fashion videos, and now she's on her natural hair journey. She's newly natural. She's used to wearing weave most of the time, 90% of the time. You know, she's definitely a weave wearer, and she loves the long locks. She's trying to give her hair a break from the stress that the braids can definitely put on your hair and cause, balding and breakage and stuff like that. She was experiencing that, having her hair professionally done on a regular basis, and so now she is going natural, and it seems like she's kind of struggling with, trying to find styles that she deems attractive, because she's very stunning, but she, I could tell how she feels extra diva when she has the long Kim Kardashian looking locks in her hair. So just wanted to share my experience with weave and my natural journey for anyone out there going through the same thing. When I transitioned to natural, which I'll put a link below this video so you can see my transition, basically my hair was so broken off and colored and just so bad. I was doing the worst things you could do to your hair. I transitioned for 6 months with sew-in weave, and my hair, so the front of my hair, it was so short that like my bangs were like quick weaved, so that you couldn't see all the breakage that I had from when the color destroyed my hair so bad, and the color and the relaxer that I pretty much put in back to back. I actually put the relaxer in my hair with the sew-in extensions in my hair. Like the most ridiculous thing you could probably ever do to your hair, but whatever. I learned the things you do to your hair when you don't think anything can happen to it. But I worked in an industry at the time that was definitely beauty based. I worked for Hooters at the time. I was in college, and your appearance was definitely something. Like, we had formations before each shift, and you had to look your best, full makeup. You couldn't wear hairpins or hair ties in your hair. It was part of the dress code. So my hair had to be down every day, and so it was really hard to be working that job when you're trying to go natural. So for the first 6 months I wore extensions in my hair, and then I decided to take the extensions out of my hair when I got a few inches of growth. And I think some of the feedback I got once I took the weave out, even though my hair was about to here, it was so positive, like especially for men when they found out that was my real hair, there was no weave, that I just kept going with it. And at first for me, when I took the weave out, I didn't feel as pretty, and I stressed out over every little hair being out of place. So for me, I flat ironed my hair a lot the first year and a half of my natural hair journey, because I still, even though it was natural, was wanting that really straight, that bone straight hair, and I wasn't yet confident and comfortable with the natural texture of my hair. I'm saying all this to say that now here I am, officially I'm over 5 years natural. I celebrate 2 months ago, actually, in June was my 5-year natural anniversary, and so I'm over 5 years natural now. 20 something inches, we'll say maybe 23 is probably the longest length of my hair now, and I have grays. My hair does not have to be bone straight like the way it is now. You can't really tell in this camera, but it has a very grainy, coarse texture to it. There's no way I would not wear my hair flat iron. Every edge had to be slicked down, gel. Like, I was so self-conscious about my edges and there being no grays and, you know, just my hair being perfect. And I think part of that obsession, for me anyways, came from wearing the weave. Because the weave, in comparison to your own hair, if you try to compare the two, which you shouldn't, because its properties, its characteristics are totally different. They're from two different races of people. You shouldn't, but you do. Subconsciously, you think you don't, but you do. And so, you know, I feel like for me, when I would take the weave out, because the weave was so different from my hair, and because, you know, the weave was thicker, because, you know, even though people tend to think, you know, Africans or African Americans have thick hair, black people have thick hair, sometimes we don't. Like, the strand is actually thinner than someone of Indian descent or Asian descent, you know, whatever type of weave you're wearing. So you get this hair and you're putting it in your hair and you're adding all this length and thickness, and then, you know, it curls and the curls don't go out and every hair is in place, and it's these magical lengths that, you know, you've never had on your own with your own hair. And it can definitely give you a boost of confidence, but I think for those who are experiencing the lack of self-confidence when they take the weave out, when they're not wearing the hair, I think you may want to try not wearing the weave for a while to get used to your natural hair. There's nothing wrong with wearing weave, to each their own. A lot of people go natural for different reasons, and they decide even though they're natural, they're still going to continue to wear the weave. And this is definitely not to say you shouldn't wear weave, but for anyone who's struggling with trying to get comfortable with their own natural texture, it's really hard when you're constantly wearing the weave to determine if really being natural is for you. I think once you determine that, then you can get an idea of what a regimen should be and how often you're going to wear the weave, and, you know, whether you really like it or not. But if you're still struggling with the confidence, I would try to go cold turkey. Actually, go a couple months without wearing weave at all and see how much more confident you are about your own hair, and see maybe even if you become less anal about every little imperfection that you notice with your own natural hair. I know for me, I didn't set out when I stopped wearing weave to become less anal about my own hair, but it just kind of happened. So I definitely think that is a benefit to going natural, is that now, you know, my hair doesn't have to be perfect for me to appreciate its uniqueness and its characteristics and its length, and just for me to appreciate it. So, you know, if I'm doing like a photo shoot or for a special occasion, you know, even now with the length that I have, I may wear it for that special occasion, but it's not necessary for me to wear it now, because I've just become more comfortable. Actually, I've become uncomfortable at this point in time even wearing extensions or weave. And again, to each its own. This isn't the bash weave wearers, only to encourage those struggling who feel they're not pretty without the weave. Just try it for a couple months and see how it works for you. I would be curious to see how it works for you, and I'd like to hear your responses below. So I appreciate you watching. I'm at my destination, so I'm going to chunk the deuce like always. Peace, guys, and